Hello and welcome to another day of StarLadder Season 6. Day number 8, actually already match number 5, and the last match of the day. It is QPAD Red Pandas taking on Mousesports. Mousesports with their full roster. QPAD, of course, announcing earlier today that they have officially dropped Mini and Select, be it by their own choices or not. So they are playing with two stand-ins, and for this game I will be having, once again, my co-caster Vykromond. Welcome back.
Thanks, it's good to be back. I'm interested in this game. I feel like it's a little bit of a disparity because, of course, Mouz are playing as well as we've ever seen them, and QPAD, of course, they've got to be sort of reeling from... I mean, I'm sure they've known for a few days now. I doubt that they learned at the same time as we did, but no Select, no Mini, and playing with two stand-ins. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill battle.
For sure. And before we jump ourselves further into the draft, just a quick show of how this is looking right now. We see that Mousesports has not dropped a single game yet on this one, but they had a game earlier today. No result spoiler, but at least so you know, they have actually already 3 games played. For now they have 6 points. This, like I said, this standings is from before the day started. QPAD Red Pandas have played 3 games, 1 loss, 2 losses, 1 win, 3 points. So let's see if they can make it 6 after today, or if they're going to be sitting on 3 for another day. Tomorrow, I believe they have more days. Tomorrow are going to be 6 StarLadder matches. Oh my god.
Wow.
Starting at 3 p.m. as well, so it's going to be very early on. But all good, all fun and games, as it is a game. It is QPAD Red Pandas, it is Mousesports. A lot of hype around these two teams, of course. A big fan base between both of these teams. Of course, a lot for separate players here as well. As we're going to see Lone Druid banned out, as well as the Nature's Prophet, the Wisp, and the Bedrider making the Lifestealer the first pickup. Actually, that was the first pickup for QPAD. Then the Gyro and the Clockwork for Mousesports, and the Shadow Demon and Darkseer picked up by QPAD. And now Mousesports can select another hero, and will probably be picking up a support, because as you already pointed out in earlier games, there's just not that many supports to pick from nowadays.
Yep, a lot of supports are really just not tremendously well suited to the way people are playing the game right now. So generally you want at least one of these top tier supports in the first draft phase. I like this draft from QPAD so far, actually. It's quite a good set of heroes. They do have the Shadow Demon Darkseer. Again, this is pretty open as far as lanes. Neither of these heroes are tremendously effective against Gyrocopter, but they're very strong in their own right. Of course, the Lifestealer available. They keep the Lifestealer away from black. They ban out 2 Quaqua heroes, so they take out the Lone Druid and the Nature's Prophet. What this does leave is the Clockwork, and this is really what Quaqua made his name on in the Western qualifiers. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that Clockwork to see how many opportunities it's able to generate.
Yeah, and they're taking their time thinking about this last pickup, what kind of support they want to have. We still have the Bane in the pool, and it is great also together with the Clockwork, if you want to run a Clockwork as support, which, you know, I'm a fan of Clockwork support, so even though there is the Quaqua Clockwork, I wouldn't be surprised to see if he is played as support here, but we'll see. Yes, they're taking a lot of time. There's a Keeper of the Light. That's the support they want to have. Doesn't bring any extra shutdown with it, but they do have cogs, they do have a homing missile. So I guess it's okay with a lot of burst there as well. And Bane could still be picked up here, but I'm thinking QPAD is going to probably ban that out.
Yes, I would expect to see a ban on Bane. It would be a great second support for them to pick up, give them really good laning. We'll have to look to see what actually happens that transpires in the second ban phase, because of course QPAD still probably needs to take up, I mean, they need a mid hero. You can have the Darkseer, especially if you're up against Clock, but I kind of doubt it. Taking out the Slark, because Mouz has loved that hero, but Mouz has a pretty bad record with Slark. I wonder if you wouldn't just want to let him go through and then just be like, yeah, go, take the Slark.
I don't know. I don't know if we saw Fada Slark earlier today. I have to say, it wasn't that big of a success. But maybe QPAD just, you know, they don't want to be risking it. They don't want to be dealing with it. And they don't have to if they don't want to. So fair enough indeed. And we will see the Slark there for banned out, leaving Mousesports with another lot of thinking time here. Ah, they banned the Kunkka. No Sing Sing Kunkka. They already had the Shadow Demon, of course. The setup was there. And the Juggernaut's going to be there, banned out as well.
It's a good ban. Bad ban for us spectators, because Kunkka is just one of the most fun heroes. Great voice acting, great abilities, weird skill shots, big damage. Everything you might want from a hero, Kunkka has, in my opinion. And it would have been a really good pickup for QPAD, but unfortunately they won't have access to it.
Unfortunately not. We will see rather Mousesports. They banned out the Nyx Assassin. We know QPAD really likes the Nyx Assassin Shadow Demon roaming, but we knew that with Mini. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to be dealing with this. I'm expecting Sing to be mid, Wagamama on the off lane, Jarex to still be support, but that will leave the carry in hands of someone else.
Interesting.
And I mean, you have those typical combinations, right? And I knew that Jarex and Mini used to practice a lot with just the two of them, just to get their synergy going completely. Right. And now all of a sudden you have to do that with another support. So
great point.
Do you still want to have those kind of duos that go roaming when you are not practiced with that?
That's a really, really good point. The thing about something like Shadow Demon Lina or Shadow Demon Lesh, more likely Lina, well, actually more likely Lesh, sorry, because Jarex plays tons of Lesh. You won't get the roaming potential, but the landing the Lesh stun actually doesn't depend on how good your Shadow Demon player is. It's just, it depends on your timing. So I think they could still do it. Mouz, though, with the Skywrath, this is an interesting mid matchup, Skywrath versus Storm Spirit.
Yeah, it's gonna be so annoying. That silence is gonna really hurt Storm. And of course, most importantly, is the combination it makes with the Clockwork later on in the game. You lock someone in the cogs, you put a Mystic Flare over it, and the only thing QPAD is gonna be able to do is either hope that it's Lifestealer so he can rage, or hope the Shadow Demon is nearby to disrupt that target. The disruption does last longer than a Mystic Flare does, so that's a bit of hope. That's already a counter to that. And there is a Lesh still, so they're still gonna go for that combination.
Yeah. It's Jirex's best hero overall, I would say. So if they want a good, solid lineup that has a chance, it's smart to pick up sort of the ideal heroes that you can, even if that supports synchrony. And I'm so glad you brought that up. I think that's really, really important, and it's an under-talked about thing when you have a stand-in. Because most frequently, the stand-in will be in either the 4 or 5 slot, but sometimes that's not the best move, because, like you said, it disrupts that perfect coordination between your two supports, and it's tough to deal with. In this case, of course, they have 2 stand-ins, so they don't have much of a choice. People were asking about the stand-ins on stream earlier, so Kay is we've seen him play for Fnatic before. He's in on Trixie's stream a lot. He plays a lot with Trixie, and I think he plays with the QPAD guys too. Dexter is a very, very well-known European player. Mostly pubs. I think he pubs with Dendi a lot.
Yeah, he does. He does. And we've seen him stand in for Empire. They still lost, but I think he did well. He did. That was not the support's fault. Oh, I like Sand King. Nice. You don't see Sand King that often. I kind of like him. You have to be ready now also with the Burrow Strike within the cogs. And, you know, there's a lot of combinations going on here for Mousesports. Yeah. The question is if they get it off, because there's a lot of things that QPAD can do to disrupt those combinations. You have disruption itself, so, you know, doing the name justice. You've also got, of course, the vacuum indeed. You've got a rage to deal with. It's going to be interesting for Mouz to see how they can get that off. But I have faith, and I am also... I'm always in doubt about when there's 2 supports, and... yeah, that's just me being in doubt there. Yeah. And of course, on paper, if we look at the latest results, we know that Mousesports should, in theory, overcome QPAD Red Pandas. So I know that doesn't mean anything. It's best out of 1. We saw it earlier today that it doesn't mean jack shit. So,
right.
You know, anything can happen, and I'm hoping that it will happen, because I am one that roots for the underdog. But that doesn't change that QPAD is indeed the underdog in this game. No
doubt about it. And Mouz, they have an extremely scary lineup here. I mean, I think you mentioned it, but just the basic combo of mid Skywrath with side lane Clockwork is so scary just by itself. Clock hooks in, puts up the cogs, and you drop the Skywrath ultimate in the middle. Unless your Shadow Demon is extremely fast on the uptake, the person in there is dead. Dead.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, you would think, like, okay, you have a Storm Spirit so he can get away. No, he can't, because he'll get silenced as well, and that will put him in a lot of trouble. And that's the one thing, the one big thing that's really annoying for all Storm Spirits around the world is any kind of silence, any form of silence. And a Skywrath Mage just has a fairly spammable silence coming out of him, and it's gonna be annoying for Sing Sing to deal with it. But Sing Sing will be playing the Storm Spirit in that mid lane. On the bottom lane, it is Dexter on the Darkseer, so he is the offlaner for this game. Jarex on the Shadow Demon, and therefore not on the Leshrac, because it's Wagamama on the Leshrac. And we were talking about how important the synergy is. Yep. And hereby they have solved it. They are going to be having Wagamama and Jarex. They should be having the synergy. They have played together for a long time. Leaving Kay on the Lifestealer a bit of a less important role. Basically, if you can't farm, you can play the carry for a team. That's how, for example, Black was able to stand in for a lot of teams.
Yes, he used to be Europe's greatest stand-in.
Exactly, before he joined Mousesports. And, you know, it should be good. And I really like this. My faith is, you know, having an upbeat here.
Yeah, I'm glad, because we were just talking about how important this is, and I'm really glad to see QPAD actually doing that. So looking towards Mouz, we have Fata in the middle as the Skywrath Mage, a hero that I know everybody's still really excited about, so should be exciting to see him here. Then Quakwa taking up that clockwork role on the solo hard lane, which we've seen him excel in, especially in the Western qualifiers, which leaves the tri lane for Mousesports as Black on the Gyrocopter, Poss on the Sand King, we'll have to keep an eye on that, and Cinderin on the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, Cinderin already busy stacking and pulling, and he is, of course, one of those heroes / players that will be able to just, you know, mind his own business, hang around in the jungle. He's not needed on the lane because there's nobody opposing Black, and he is going to be getting a lot of farm without anybody else's help. And if he doesn't, he is stacking a camp for Black, so he'll be helping his carry getting more farm, and both of those are great things to be doing. Of course, the one big difference that we can note is that Dexter is indeed in the jungle rather than on the bottom lane because he knows he can't live there. And Koifa is not in the jungle basically because he can't be in the jungle, it's a clockwork. And he is still level 1, but he can be compared to Dexter right now, and Dexter is getting experience and levels, Quakefa is not.
Yes, Quakefa is going to have a little bit of a hard time, of course. If he's in cogs, K will not be able to hit him as the lifestealer. They don't have a Rubik to take him out of those cogs, but I still don't think Clockwork can really approach this lane that much. He's just going to have to use sort of the stupid cogs tricks to pull the lane. Yeah, so he's going to pull the lane as far to his tower as possible, and this will give him an opportunity for some XP.
Yeah, and that's the main thing that he needs right here. Farm, he is not going to be able to get that much off regardless. He'll be able to use his flare once he gets level 2 to try and get some last hits in, but he should be careful not to spam it out too much, because if he does, like you said, the lane will be pushed out. And we take a look at the mid lane, we have actually got Fada sitting on 8 for 1, 9 for 1 right now. Sing Sing on 8 for 0, gonna be lucky to get a rune there. It is a illusion rune. And Fada saw him picking that up. It will allow him to get a bit of extra last hits in, and maybe a bit of extra harassment in, as Fada is able to harass Sing more, in theory, than Sing is able to harass Fada.
Absolutely, because the Arcane Bolt is able to be popped off from long range, but Sing's main damage source as far as harassment in the lane is melee with the Static Remnant. Fata will have an advantage unless Sing can control runes. So far he's doing quite well. They're actually pretty much tied right now as far as last hits goes.
Yeah, and there will be the difference between the game, like how the game is going to progressing, who is going to be calling the shots, so to speak, who is going to be orchestrating all the movements. A lot will depend on how this mid lane is going to go. We have got Koikfa backing up completely now from the top lane, realizing that he can't do anything. Maybe he can get some experience on the bottom lane, perhaps. No, he is just calling the creep wave towards him and blocking a bit. That's also fine, using the cogs to help that out. But I think a lot will be decided by this mid lane, and that comes to my next point. I'm wondering when we're gonna see Jerax and Wagamama trying to go for a gank, because they... Oh. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
I tip my hat to you, sir, or to QPAD. They're gonna be going mid, because that's one thing that you can do to this Skywrath Mage. He doesn't have any escape, apart from maybe throwing out silence. He can't run extra fast, he can't blink, he can't cog, he can't do anything. He just has to deal with what he's getting, and he is a fairly squishy hero. But he has to come a bit forward. And with that illusion rune, it is tough for Sing to not push the lane out, actually. He needs to be able to be in disruption range. And here they come, and they're gonna be going for it, but Fada, he is running fast enough to be able to get away, and that is a gank. Failed, unfortunately.
Ouch.
Just a bit impatient, I guess, coming off from QPAD. Are they gonna try it again? No, they're gonna counter the word that they spotted earlier with the sentry and back off with that.
You have to give it to Fata more than say that QPAD messed up there. He was doing two really smart things. One is that he always sat on this side of the creep wave because he knew that QPAD were much more likely Poss coming in for a gank.
Yeah, he has an invis rune. They can try to go for this. Another help. Oh, hey, Jerax, welcome back. Disruption is gonna help out Sandstorm. It's gonna be keeping Puss a bit safe as Sing gets another blast, arcane blast, that is, and will be forced back with that because he's got an empty bottle, and of course the rune was taken by the Sand King, but staying alive. So both ganks, both sides failing.
But QPAD used 2 people and a ton of time to do it, whereas that was just Poss, and he just came in and tried and left. So Mao is definitely getting a favorable situation there in terms of the amount of opposing teams' time wasted. I wanted to quickly say the two things that I really liked Fata doing. One is this entire time he sits on this side of the creep wave, so that if people are coming in from here, he sees them. Two is he bought early boots, and Shadow Demon is too slow to approach him without him. If he sees Shadow Demon coming, he can get away no problem, because it's a 70 difference in movement speed.
Yeah, I like that. I should
Quick,
point it
top.
out.
This is probably first blood, I think.
He does have Cog still, though. Should be able to stay alive. He does also has a salve, so gonna stay alive.
Also early boots. So again, these early boots for Mouz helping them escape from QPAD.
Yeah, the Soul Catcher was on there. The combination was there. I mean, Jarek's hanging around there as well. They do have another smoke in their bags, though. Could try to go for it, but I think that Jarek's wants to help the lane first. Is gonna indeed be pulling this. And gonna be getting the quick wave with that? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Delaying Quakefa from getting more experience. Quakefa sitting at level 4 right now, with Dexter finally rotating to the lane. He's level 5. Oh, the Mystic Flare.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's gonna go for that. The Vortex is there. Wagamama with the Split Earth. It hits. And this is first blood. Sing Sing gets it. And we'll be happy with that. We'll be very happy with that. Because as I said, that will determine the pace of the game.
Yes,
a lot.
The balance of these two mids, I completely agree with you, is one thing to look for. That top gank, I mean, it was mostly just I think K didn't come up high enough. He's busy last hitting here. He's been doing very well, so 36 for 14, but not quite to the par of Black. Not that many people, at least in the West, are up to the par of Black as a farmer.
I really like Sinrin just cleared out a wave of skeletons that were just summoned by the big ass trolls.
Nice.
Yeah, skeletons do a lot of damage, but also give a bit of gold. 8 gold, yay. But Sinrin is level 5, and I don't think he's stolen any experience from Black. That's just jungle creeps. That's just him jungling. Gyrocopter sitting on 47 to 16 can be compared to K sitting on 41 to 15, so it's not that big of a difference, to be fair. He's doing okay, K that is, and that you have to admire that, because we know that Black is one of the best farmers, if not the best farmer in Europe. Or in the entire Western scene, perhaps. And K, as a stand-in, able to keep his ground. Stand his ground. Oh, ball lightning in. They want to go for Black. And can they get him? It's a low-level Vortex, so only level 1. And Black, cooldown comes out. The QPAD, they back out.
Yep, and he's going to get the healing salve right back into this.
No, pass. Can't get a Berserk in, or can he? He should be able to, but the haste rune from Sing making him doubt if he should. Dexter and Jarek's hanging around there as well, and that's QPAD backing off. Disrupting Black's farm for a bit. It is something, I guess, but not able to get the kill, of course, what they came for to begin with.
Right, exactly. So, Black surviving, nice dive in, rather not a dive, a reverse dive, just going back into his safe area, make sure that he survives, plant down the call down to cover his escape, and that's very nice. The nice thing, QPAD though, K is going to be able to pick up this quad stacked jungle camp with an infest pretty soon, and that'll rocket him ahead as far as farm. Unless
Quakefa can do something about it.
Huh, but he can't do that much is the thing. He's just using this to pull.
His creep wave can clear this. He can take some of them.
He can take a couple, I agree. But then again, if they see this, they can just
they'll probably realize in just a moment when they only see one creep coming up there. In the meantime, we do have a push on the bottom lane. Cinnamon blasting the way, Flat Cannon helping out, looking for the tier 1 that's already very low to begin with, so should be able to get this fairly simple, and nobody coming in to defend this. Fortification is still there to delay it a bit, but yeah, that's a dead tier 1 tower, putting Mousesports a bit even again with gold, actually getting a bit ahead. They are ahead already a bit, with only the gold graph basically keeping them in check, and of course the rotation from QPAD just costing them a lot of gold there as well when they went to the bottom lane, and Mousesports not losing that much in return.
Yep, that was nice. They're getting the development. Black is actually going the farm heavy gyro approach, so you can see he already has the Helm of Iron Will. I think that means that's an early dominator, and that is going to mean a very big gyrocopter in the mid to late game. So they're not seeking to end this early. They think that they can control the Storm Spirit and just get the gyrocopter to be huge later.
Well, if they can control the Storm Spirit, they should do it fairly soon. He hasn't died yet, obviously there's only 1 kill on the board, and he is nearing that point where he is gonna be the one hero to be dealing with, the one hero that is gonna be making this difference on the map. And not to mention, we haven't really mentioned even yet, the Lifestealer bomb that you can have with the Storm Spirit, because K, he is farming nice as well, and he is going to be ready earlier to be active in fights than a Gyrocopter if he is indeed going for that late game build, and that would put QPAD ahead in time in terms of aggression compared to Mousesports as well.
That's a great point. The Lifestealer bomb will be a big deal. Again, we probably will see Black getting a pretty quick BKB after this Helm of the Dom. And that, if he can time it properly, will diffuse the situation a little bit. But Fata, for instance, is in a world of trouble once that comes online.
Yeah, he is a squishy hero, and Boots won't save him then. Might have saved him early on. And we do have Sinrin and Mouz now rotating, or Sinrin and Pass rather, rotating middle. With also Koifa coming in, so maybe they're looking for a smoke. Yes, they are. And they will be trying to go top most likely. Unless they want to really try to kill off Sing with 4 people. If they then don't get this, that's huge. But for now, Sing is being pretty careful here. Realizing that there's a lot of people missing from the map.
Oh, I think the vision of the Sentry Ward spotted Koikva.
Oh. Yep.
The tiny vision spotted the clockwork, so he knows that at least someone is smoked, and that's why you see him so far back. Very smart, and very nice placement of that sentry there.
And wasting a lot of time for Mousesports. I mean, okay, Fada can farm there, but supports is roaming and not able to do anything.
Boom, there it goes.
Supports of QPAD coming in also, just in case they were going to be helping, going to be needed to help rather. But yeah, very nice awareness coming out from QPAD, because of course, I mean, you can't see the smoke unless you actually watch the ward where it's at. So good awareness indeed coming off. Fada, I mean, he is still okay-ish. He is 47 for 7 in terms of net worth. He is definitely not doing bad, even though he's still slightly behind Sing Sing, but no surprise there. But they're not really losing any ground, I guess. But nobody's really winning either.
Right. Oh, trouble.
Yeah, Black get disrupted. Here comes a split earth. No, it's slightly too early. That's the synergy that we were talking about. Not quite there. And Black with face boots. Is he going to be able to get away? Burst Strike comes in upon Wagamama. Hookshot comes in upon Wagamama as well. But we're going to follow Black getting picked off. Sing, one more hit needed. There he goes. And they only give up a Leshrac. I say only give up a Leshrac. Unless Sing is going to be picked off here as well. He used his full ball of charges. He's going to get Burst Strike. Still has a ball lightning, but not by that. And he's going to get silenced. Mystic Flare. And that should be the end of Sing. This thing is gonna follow you wherever you go, so you can't really dodge that, unfortunately. But they still got Black.
Yeah, that extremely slow-moving ball.
Yeah, so annoying.
Yeah.
You can't dodge it. It will hunt you down no matter.
It's also.
Yeah.
The other thing about the ball is trouble for Jerax mid.
He'll do what he can before he dies, but he dies. Blinding Light gonna stop Dexter from coming in. Wagamama hanging around here as well. So that's 2 pickups for Mouz in a very short period of time, putting them ahead in the kill score, 3 for 2.
Yeah, they lose Black, but they did well other than that. I mean, they just lost him and made a lot of hay other than that. The other thing with the Arcane Bolt is what I was going to say. A lot of pros can figure out in flight how much damage spells are going to deal to them, basically, and so they know their chances of survival. Arcane Bolt, because it's constantly scaling with the intelligence level of Skywrath, it's incredibly difficult to figure out how much damage you're going to take from it, and so it's hard to plan against.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Yeah, and it just, it just follows you until you die. It's for a storm, like for some people, I believe you can dodge it if you have a. Like you move faster than the Arcane Bolt. That's a problem. If you bolt lightning away before it hits, it will still chase you because you move faster. So it's really tough for them to be dealing with. But okay, they losing. They get Black. Black though still on top of the net worth change and is still above K. But not by that big of a difference. And K does have his armlet.
Very small.
Yeah. His armlet is ready. And I'm thinking, are QPAD now going to be going on the aggressive side, or do they need a bit more time? Do they want to have something more up on Storm, for example? They smoke up, actually.
Yeah, you keep saying that at the exact perfect moments. I feel like I'm being put out of a job because you're like perfectly analyzing these timings. Yeah, I agree. They go aggressive here. It's smart, and so they're smoked up. If they can find Black for the second time, that would put them way ahead, I think. The problem is he's playing very safe right now.
Yeah, and we see them actually going for that middle lane. So no Black there. And everybody of Mouz being very careful. We saw them actually drawing on the minimap. I don't know how they realized that. Maybe they saw the ball lightning coming through. Because I think you still see that even though he is smoked. I think you see the spell?
You see the spell effect? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So I guess they saw that But we are still gonna see an engagement though by the looks of it. Yeah, there goes the disruption. Soul Catcher, Synderen, but hook shot in. Gets Wagamama in the crouch as well, and that leaves Leshrac completely useless because he can't get his cast point off. It is gonna be Sing Sing that goes down as well in the cogs, getting silent with the Mystic Flare, the exact thing that we were talking about. Yeah. And of course, Jarex was already way long gone, so no disruption coming off from him. And it was on cooldown regardless because he disrupted the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, they got baited completely. Mouz with excellent counter initiation. The Clockwork hooking the Leshrac mid-cast, and then once Clockwork is on top of Leshrac cannot cast. He's physically unable to use any of his abilities. So Clockwork takes care of that. Meanwhile, Poss immediately stuns Sing Sing, and they blinding light him with Synderen, and they drop the Mystic Flare right on top. Really, really well done by Mouz.
Yeah, losing 2 heroes there. Could have been worse, I guess. 4 heroes used by Mousesports. K now gonna be initiated upon, gonna get slowed, silenced, flared, but has an armlet and is looking to be fine. Actually, Sing teleporting in. He has a regen rune, could try to go. Oh, he gets infested. They want to go for this. They really want to go for this. His regen rune is actually gonna get popped in 5 seconds, I believe, by pure sign of things. Oh, they go on Quakefa. There is the cogs, but what can it do? The silence is still there. Sing taking a lot of damage. Illuminate will actually clear him out. Now K on the run will be able to stay alive. They only got the Clockwork, losing Sing for that. Not really worth it.
No. I totally agree. It's not worth it, straight up. And they go in, they try to get a bunch of kills. Quakefa living for a surprisingly long time in that situation. And meanwhile, Black is just clearing out the mid, farming. That was time you didn't spend farming with Lifestealer, and you don't get that much from it, plus you lose that Storm Spirit. We talked about the balance of these mid heroes. Every time Sing dies, it tilts the balance more in favor of Fata. Look at their respective net worths.
Yeah, it is definitely changing into Mousesports' favor, and yeah, those are the heroes that are determining the pace of the game, and if Sing can't be aggressive, they can't be like capitalizing on their momentum most, because if you look at their lineup, mid-game, their game, late game, probably in favor of Mouz if Black gets his way, which for now, yeah, I'm following them. I mean, they smoked up the moment they lost that fight, so maybe they're expecting them to not notice this is happening. Open wounds, K gonna get slowed down by that cooldown, but Black is gonna be having his cavalry coming in. Split Earth still hits on the Fata, but only allows for QPAD to run, or does it? Or do they? They don't. It is gonna be a hook shot in upon Sting. Ball lightnings towards Fata though. Fata gets another Split Earth and goes down. That's an important pickup. Quakefa is gonna be the next hero as Sting tries to dodge the homing missile, but also that one goes for you regardless of where you go. They still are able to pick up the Clockwork. Can they pick up more Synderen running towards his tower? Burrow strike up on K, I'm not quite sure what he thinks he's gonna be doing, investing on a creep, and he is gonna get picked up. That's something that's called overextension. Oh, Sing going in, wants to go for Black, he's only on 100 HP, but there's no mana left on Sing. Illuminate, trying to do something, but Synderen goes down, and it's Black that goes down in the end as well, only leaving the Sand King alive. In the end, great fight for QPAD, and only losing the Lifestealer for it. Probably didn't have to lose a Lifestealer for it. But
huge win, though.
Yeah, huge win.
Honestly, QPAD started that fight with a not great initiation. I think the Lifestealer went in a little bit early on the Gyrocopter, so Gyrocopter escaped trivially. But Mouz, they felt that they could easily get another strong counter initiation with the Clockwork Skywrath combo, and it fell apart as soon as they came in. Like, the Skywrath didn't land almost any spells after coming in. The Clockwork couldn't find the right cogs positioning, I should say. And so Mouz just got basically routed. QPAD running them all around that tier 1 bottom tower. Basically a 5-for-2 swing, and that's critical to keep QPAD in this game.
The only downside for QPAD is that they couldn't get anything off the back of that, so they are still stuck with 2 towers down on their side and no tower taken down on the side of Mousesports, and Black just continuing to farm, and is going to be back to farming before QPAD Red Pandas is able to go back to farming. We do see K coming back towards his lane, but he is just a bit later than Black is in that regard, and we do see a drop in the gold graph. But
did you catch the Sing pick off on Sand King?
Nope.
Okay, well, he picks off Sand King, and the reason I wanted to point this out is Sand King actually is very close to his Blink Dagger, and that moved him quite a bit away. But he's still really close. Like, Poss is, before that kill, I think he was only about 100 off. So he's still only 400 off. Blink Sand King would be a huge addition to Mouz's initiation/counter initiation.
Yeah, good job for Sing to be able to pick him up. You see K in some trouble. Mystic Flare is gonna hurt, but not as much. should be able to live.
He's pretty beefy.
Maybe Black is in some trouble though. He's getting chased down. Dexter can't get him with the search though. One thing that we also see is that Dexter has got his mechanism ready, and Synderen not yet. 200 gold away from that one though, but still a bit later, as we saw in a previous game that it actually took a long time when I at some point said it was almost done. It wasn't done in a long time. We see that Sing wanted to initiate up on Koikfa, but the cogs are there to stop that from happening. Looks like Koikfa is going for a 4-staff, by the way.
Yes, I noticed the Staff of Wizardry. Yeah, it's a good pickup, honestly. They want superior positioning this game, so 4-staff does lend that to you. The only issue is right now, I feel like QPAD have pretty good map control. They're getting and good blocking of the Ancients as well by QPAD here. So keeping Black from farming and controlling the map, those are two critical ingredients, and right now they're executing. The only question is, are they going to keep pressure up, or are they just trying to play safe with this? I'm not sure playing safe is the right call. We're starting to see their supports, for instance, really lag levels relative to like Pasa and Synderen.
Yeah, we still have Black ahead of the farming net worth though. I actually thought he was going to go for a BKB as well after the Helm of the Dominator, but he picked up a Yasha. So that's going to be, like, I kind of think he needs that BKB. Those split earths from Wagamama have been kind of on point. We see, of course, the vortexes. The Darkseer wall, you don't want to have a copy of yourself if you are the Gyrocopter. Of course, you're not going to have to deal with a flat cannon, that's, you know, a bonus, but it is not something that you want to be facing either, and it's going to be tough for him without a BKB.
He's probably going to make the BKB before he finishes the Manta, I would guess.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hook shot in. Ooh, the cogs actually put him out of the Mystic Flare though. Is he going to be able to live through this? The silence almost wears off. He does have a rage, and there he goes. It's a counter initiation coming from Cupid. They want Fada. They get Fada. Cooldown coming down. Black joining the fight with the Black Cannon, doing what he can, as we see Sing getting stunned up, getting very low, but he should be able to live. Actually, we do have K going down still to the gyro, and Sting actually, he'll die as well. There he goes, double kill going the way of the support Synderen as
Black.
K buys back. Black in a lot of trouble, demonic purge slowing him down. We do have a burst light coming down upon Jarix, and Dexter getting stunned up. Oh, they illuminate the surge, but their last hit is not gonna be enough. The disruption is gonna stop Pus from chasing down Jarix, should be enough. In the meantime, Lifestealer cleaning house. K, he bought back, and with a reason, picked up Synderen. Now wants Koikfa. Koikfa still has cogs though, trying to maybe chase down K a bit. And that's just, oh, one more hit. K, is he gonna get that? He infest out. Gets the clockwork with that double kill, worthy of a buyback. 10 to 11, losing Sing, losing Lifestealer, getting kills in return. The only downside is they do not get Black.
Yeah, what a chaotic fight that was, and Black manages to survive through the whole thing. Good job of his team being basically the Mouz Black escape force, just covering his retreat there. And they got the Lifestealer to buy back, so in the war of the number ones, Black now a little bit ahead on net worth, 1.3k. And pretty good plays made by a lot of different players there. Mouz began the fight by messing up a little bit. The Mystic Flare cogs did not succeed. Only half of it actually hit the Lifestealer. If they could have taken Lifestealer out immediately, it would have been a different fight.
Yeah, it was a brilliant fight for Mousesports. The counter initiation on par, and of course Fada out of the game, out of the fight to begin with, helped allow QPAD to have a lot more space for what they wanted to do, for casting their spells, for example, which was great. We do have Fada going for BKB though, that will help him a lot. And the mechanism was complete in that fight, I believe, wasn't it not?
So they do have a mech, I believe. Yes, they have one on Synderen.
They do now, but did they have it in the fight?
Oh, yes. And they also finished Blink during that fight, I believe.
Awesome. That's going to be a world of difference for Mousesports. As for now, the gold grab is still in favor of them. It's only 4k though for 23 minutes in the game. That basically means no difference at all in terms of it's going to be decided by who decides to do what and who's going in when and where, etc. Experience graph shows a bit more even. As we feel it is about 1k difference, which only translates into to these level differences. It's K, that's level 16. Level 14 up on Sing Sing. And the levels are a bit more evenly spread up on Mousesports. We see the supports of QPAD just a bit lower, but that's because they've been roaming a lot more. And yeah, in terms of levels, the difference it's not that big. Just one.
I feel like this Jerax Waga dual support is pretty promising. They've been doing some pretty good work this game. Only that one big miss on the Split Earth, but that happens. I mean,
it happens.
I don't know. It happens to pretty much everybody, honestly, at least once. So.
Yeah, and you do it once and then you never do it again, basically. The only downside is that once that BKB is there, you're not going to be having that split second of opportunity anymore to get your thing. And yeah, they smoked up. They want to go for this, defending their tier 1. Oh, Koikfa finds them first. Sing has an infest. Disruption is going to start it off. They want Fada first. Vortex. And that is the silence out of the fight. But Black turns on his BKB. Sing is already dead. Blinking, Burrow Strike, Epicenter coming off from Pass. And it is a buyback from the Skywrath Mage. Gets called back into the fight by Sinner. And this is a turnaround. K running for his life. Illuminate will not clip him, but it doesn't need to. He'll go down regardless. Pass getting a Burrow Strike in upon Dexter. That is already 3 down. This will be the 4th because Dexter will not live through that. And that's a triple kill going the way of Black. And that is a Black with a BKB.
Massive pause plays. Really, really nice play from this Sand King. Always targeting the right folks. He blinks across the tree line to Burrow Strike Sing Sing while he has Epicenter. Honestly, that's the first really great decision he made, because Epicenter, it's so tempting to say, well, I'll dump it on, you know, the most people. But in that case, the most people wasn't the right choice. The right choice was to dump it on Sing Sing. Then good buyback from Fata. They lock down the Lifestealer. That Ancient Seal silence is so long, and Lifestealer needs that rage so badly to escape. And so QPAD now really on the back foot as Mouz siege their tier 3.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything without K here. They need K to fight with this. Or not, or they ball lightning in. Ooh, nice attempt to Burrow Strike, but Sing was already gone there. He gets a silence just in case. Lightning and Split Earth up on Quake should be able to stay alive. And the Cogs will prevent anybody from chasing that down. But they might look to initiate. Sing, Burrow Strike, Mystic Flare goes down again. And that should be the sign of QPAD to not try and initiate anymore. It might be a sign for Mousesports to actually initiate though.
It was, Sing Sing got way too ahead of his team. There was no backup. He wanted Fata so badly, but Haas again!
Hook in, Burrow Strike in, K silence stop, Vacuum Dark Zero trying to do what he can, but Black standing there with a BKB, helping out. Still goes the way of Mousesports with having an exchange, losing Pass, okay, but getting themselves the main carry in return for QPAD, K the Lifestealer.
Yeah, difficult situation for QPAD here, just losing these core heroes consistently. The Skywrath Mage Ancient Seal doing so much work. The thing is, both of these core heroes are very vulnerable to that one spell, and it's a pretty low cooldown spell. 11 seconds, you can use it on Sing, kill Sing, and then later on use it on K, kill K. Right now, this Blink Dagger Sand King is just giving them so much trouble. They're not able to... Right now, it feels to me as if QPAD aren't factoring in the fact that anybody that jumps in is going to get stunned by 2.17 seconds by that Burrow.
And that's a lot. And in that time, there's going to be a silence on top of your head, perhaps a Mystic Flare. It's so tough to really do anything when you're getting targeted like that. And QPAD, their hope right now is not to take those big head-on team fights, because we know that they can't, and they should now know that they can't either, even though they have got the Darkseer, has a big potential for team fight. But Mousesports have got more potential for teamfight right now with that Blink Dagger, with the hookshot, with everything that they have to throw on top of that. So pickoffs is the thing that QPAD should be doing, and it looks like they're going to be aiming for that on the bottom lane. There's 3 heroes here though. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, pickoffs are so hard when the other team has 6 outer towers still available. Like, you just don't have the space to do it.
Yeah,
and here they go.
Oh, Dexter. It's gonna be bait here. The Vortex hit him on Fada. Mechanism tries to keep Fada up, but he will still go down. This time, no buyback. Synderen calling people towards him left and right. By the looks of it, Burrow Strike cleans out Wagamama. Jarek's able to walk away from that for now, as we see Black just coming and trying to clean house. Sing Sing running for his life, has a homing missile chasing him. He doesn't have any more mana. He'll probably go down as Black does a victory somersault, and we'll be picking up that one. And it is Shadow Demon that indeed still went down to Pass, so double kill for him. K walking into a Rocket Barrage. Blinding Light helps him a bit, but the Burst Light comes in, and that's a triple kill for Pass. And the only one left alive was the bait that it all started with. It is Dexter. The one with the mechanism, the one that is going to be trying to defend his tier 3 tower, because that's what he is supposed to do, because here comes Mousesports.
Yeah, I mean, Sand King literally soloed both of the QPAD supports there, 1v2, and then came in and still got the kill on Lifestealer. It's just tough. I mean, I hate to look at graphs, but just look at how that graph changed in the last 5 minutes. Even game on XP, and now 11k 4 minutes later.
I feel like this is the second. Oh, wait a second. Jarek's got 2 stins. Split Earth gonna get cancelled. There it is, still hitting up on Koifa. Illuminate flying through though. And the mechanism, it helps keep Mousesports alive a bit longer, but we do still Pass go down. Koifa drops as well. on the cost of a Shadow Demon only. They want to go for Fada. He drops a Mystic Flare, will still go down, not taking anybody with him. And this is a fight going the way of Mousesports for now. But Black still getting a double kill out of that, killing off another support. And it looks like Dexter will be trying to search himself away, but the Mana Leak is there. The Rocket Barrage will be there as well, probably, unless Black doesn't do it. And that's gonna be Dexter safe nearest tier 4s.
Yeah, a pretty painful fight for both teams, actually. Mouz, they don't break the they're gonna break the tier 3. It's at 56 HP, so... Oh, not this creep wave, but they're very close. Ooh. Wow, what a pick off on Cinderin. Nice late period Infest Bomb there. So, actually, I think QPAD, that was a really good defense, I would say. They didn't pay... They paid 2 buybacks to do it, but they keep Mouz from high grounding them, they keep Mouz from taking the racks, and that keeps them in.
Yep. The only downside is, I mean, once again, they can try and turtle this. But what are they turtling for? Lifestealer at some point, can he actually go toe-to-toe with the Gyrocopter? Not really, especially not since his Gyro is pretty far ahead.
Yeah, he's got a Butterfly. Lifestealer is building MKB, so that will be a good response to the Butterfly, but it's very difficult right now. I think
again, Jerax disrupts himself, but to what cost?
Yeah, well... No cost, but he's not going to survive.
No.
It's difficult for QPAD at this point to actually make a defense, especially now without the buybacks for this next push. So they can still... They're doing the right thing in terms of concentrating on Fata. He still doesn't have BKB, so he's still extremely vulnerable. If they can take out Fata and somehow kite Black, which is a tall order, if they could do it, I think they still have a shot, but they may... I'm not sure if they could defend this Rex.
Yeah, it's a big if. We see Black, by the way, double the amount of net worth SK has, and that's trouble. Sing just trying to bait out. He got bait out for the BKB. Fortification goes off. Black actually gets forced back by that, and now has his BKB on cooldown. This could be something for QPAD to use. Waiting for an Infest. There we go. Sing full on mana almost once again. Looking for a pick-off, but can they actually initiate? I don't think they can.
I'm not sure that they can either. Decent fortification timing, and Black will not have BKB for this next fight, if they pursue it soon. They're going to try to pincer, it looks like. But Mouz, wow, peeling back, smart.
Yeah, realizing something was coming and waiting for at least a BKB. Maybe they want to try and take that Roshan, because I don't think they're going to be contested for that if they try to go for it, and they could just barrel through it if they don't have an Aegis up on Black. He can be affording to die if he has that.
Right. I think the Aegis would be a good pickup. Here we go. I think QPAD are going to go around, but Mouz no. Mouz saw this.
Yeah. Here they come. Pass already hanging there, waiting for the burst strike. There's a ball lightning instinct. Who is he gonna fight? He's fighting a BKB. Black, that's not where you want to be. Nice burrow strike. Dark Zero Wall trying to help out, but Sing already down before he can do anything. Dexter getting bursted down. And that's Wagamama trying to survive, trying to run for his life. But it's all futile. He is the last one alive of his team. It is the GG well played call. It is Mousesports getting another 3 points to their name. StarLadder Season 6, QPAD Red Pandas do not get an extra 3 points. This was game number 5 of day number 8 of Season 6 of StarLadder Star Series. Any final words?
It was a fun day of games. Not all of them were that close. This one actually started out with some very strong back and forth play, but in the end, Mouz, when you're playing up against it, when you're a team like QPAD here, where you're very, very, very gank oriented, the longer you let all those outer towers alive without any pressure on them, the harder it becomes to actually find your kills. And in the end, despite the amount of resources they devoted to trying to kill Black, Mouz just had 2 good counter initiation, 2 good battlefield control, and this team is riding high now. It's no shame to lose to them, but it's got to be adding insult to injury for a team that just lost 2 players.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, it's very tough if you take fights sometime, but you don't get anything in return for it, and every time your opponent takes fight, they can get towers and such, and then you just get behind, even if you do trade fairly even. And that's just not that good, because you need that goal to be able to get ahead. That's your ganking lineup. That's what you're supposed to do, but Black will be Black, and has, like, well, in the end, carried his team a bit in the end anyway. Yep. Not really needed, I guess.
Good support play, too. Pos is usually the least... people talk the least about Pos, I feel like, out of all the Mouz players, but he had a very good game this game on Sand King. Good ability to farm. He actually got the Arcane Boots and Blink very quickly on basically a 4-roll Sand King. and he just had fantastic positioning during the fights. And Cinderin as well, almost every single blinding light was on like 3 or 4 QPAD heroes, so that's a spell that people also don't pay that much attention to, but especially against Lifestealer when he's not raged, it's a huge deal. Good overall play from this team. They keep getting better as we wind our way towards TI3.
And of course, my name is Sheever. If you want to follow me, you can do that on twitter.com/SheeverGaming. And my co-caster for the entire day has been Vykromond. Any shoutouts and pluggings, and where can people find you?
Shoutouts to, of course, StarLadder for setting up this. It's a pretty fun tournament. I love the fact that it goes at a sprint. It's like multiple games every single day for a month, and then it's done. Yeah. So it's a great tournament. Thanks, Vlad, MX3Egg, etc., Matrix. And thanks to you, Sheever, for letting me cast today. And then people can find me at VYKROMOND, either .com, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, whatever you like. Google my name. Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you for being here. I'm going to be jumping myself out of this game. As I said, there's not going to be more StarLadder games today. There will be a lot more tomorrow, though. And as far as I can see, they will start at 3 p.m. That's right, from 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. 6 games of StarLadder. Not all confirmed just yet, but you know, if you keep an eye on SheeverGaming.com, you'll be able to see which games are actually going to be happening of those, as a lot of games by QPAD, actually 3 of them, Na'Vi playing twice if all games go, of course, the way that they are. And then there's also Rox and DD, and again, IC Cup and OSG and Z-Rage and all those kind of teams as well. So tune in back tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Continue to stay here to watch a bit of commercials and to listen to some music if you want to support me, and otherwise have a good night.
Season 6 of the legendary StarLadder TV series. 16 top European teams, 120 season matches plus an epic LAN final voiced by your favorite shoutcasters. Watch the StarLadder TV matches using your Dota 2 client. Get an exclusive StarLadder HUD. Tickets on sale now.